Nikola Jokic is all alone again. Nathan Mackinnon, the most relaxed I've ever seen him. Plus, I did not have this on my Jim Harbaugh bingo card. Welcome to your Denver Sports Daily for February 22nd, February 2nd, Groundhog Day. Let's go.
Taking you through your morning headlines, it's Denver Sports Daily with Rachel V. Hill.
Nikola Jokic has won 420 career wins, including the postseason, and has never had a teammate go to the All-Star game, be All-NBA, or All-Defensive team. The NBA announced their All-Star Reserve spots for the 2024 game later this month in Indianapolis, and no other Denver Nuggets were named. Last year, the entire Nuggets staff coached the game due to them leading the West at the time. Now, that won't happen again this year, and even if Denver jumps into the standings up at number one, because of league rules, they are not allowed to have the exact same staff coach the game 2 years in a row. So a lot of people are saying, well, why no Jamal Murray? It's hard to compete when you're got some serious numbers in the category when you missed an entire month due to injury. It's no fault to Jamal, obviously. Being healthy for the postseason and getting right is the most important, but it is a bit of a bummer as a lot of people were hoping this could possibly be the year that Jamal Murray could make it into the All-Star game. And seriously, you really can't be mad at anyone voting for this kind of stuff because of the injury report. Now, the Nuggets do take on the Trailblazers tonight down at Ball Arena. Here's a little bit of an injury update for you. On the injury list, probable is Peyton Watson with a left knee contusion. Jamal Murray also with a left knee contusion. Most likely those two will play. Now, the questionable one is Nikola Jokic, again, with low back pain. He obviously sat out in their last game. They end up losing. So having Nikola Jokic out there, always going to benefit the Nuggets. So it's something I'm going to be paying attention to. And Julian Strawthard, right knee contusion as well as questionable. Moving on to the Colorado Avalanche. First star for the month of January is the one and only Nathan Mackinnon. McKinnon led the NHL in 26 and 5 game-winning goals for tied in 12 contests. It helped the Avs to maintain that first place in the Central Division, going 9-3 on the month of January. McKinnon, who was also named the first star of December, becomes the second player to earn that distinction in consecutive months, following the Oilers center, as many people will know him, Connor McDavid, in February and March of 2023. McKinnon found the score sheet in each of his 12 January appearances. How can we forget? I was talking about him, it felt like every other day. And he also is extending his point streak to 13 games dating back to December 31st. He also, and this has been something that's been talked about a lot, has stretched his season opening home point streak to 25 contests, tied with Bobby Orr for the second longest run in the league behind the one and only Wayne Gretzky, who was unblemished. So Nathan McKinnon doing really good stuff. And now speaking of Nate the Great, he was also the captain at the NHL AllStar game. And they had their own draft last night, which was actually really entertaining to watch. And Cale Makar is his co-captain. And you guys, with the number one pick, they go Sidney Crosby. Does not surprise me at all. And then they also take Alexander Georgiev. So I love that they are, kind of teasing Crosby with what it could be like to play with a guy like Nathan McKinnon, Cale Makar, have Georgiev in the net. I think that's fun. And maybe I'm just daydreaming, but maybe, just maybe one day Crosby would come play with the Avs. I don't know. But a good laugh from Nate last night is on what he thought about the draft. Take a listen.
I've been to a few of these now, but I think this was your first time doing the draft. What did you think of that format? It seemed like it was kind of maybe a little bit more fun.
Yeah, it went better than I thought, honestly. Didn't know. I thought it might be a little cringe, but I thought it was pretty good. I don't know. Maybe it was cringe, but I thought it went pretty good, and I think it was pretty smooth up there, and the host did a good job.
Our good friends over at Gorilla Sports were able to hand us that video. You guys, so funny. I've never seen Nathan McKinnon so calm. And, usually Nate is just super focused on whatever he's got going on. So to see him just kind of be like, yeah, it was cringe, absolutely cracked me up. So again, huge shout out to our friends over at Gorilla Sports. Jesse Montoya over there, who's also obviously at the All-Star game. I hope he has a blast. Now, moving on to the NBA. Joel Embiid was diagnosed with a meniscus injury in his left knee. The timetable for his return is unclear as the team is coming up with a recovery plan. But on that note, the team will also be fined $75,000 for failing to include Joel Embiid on the injury report in an accurate and timely manner. ahead of Saturday's game against the Nuggets. It obviously caused an uproar of information. People on Twitter or X going crazy because of how last minute it was. Michael Malone even making some comments after the game. But it's also apparently not the first time that the Sixers have pulled this stunt. The league statement said the fine takes into account Philadelphia's prior history of fines for violating injury reporting rules. Fascinating. The Pro Bowl is underway, and Justin Simmons, Pat Surtain, and Marvin Mims Jr. are representing the orange and blue. Marvin Mims and Justin Simmons competed in the Pro Bowl game called High Stakes, which I'd never heard of, and I think it was brand new this year. It's where players attempted to catch punts while already holding footballs in their hands, something I would absolutely fail to do, but I watched both Justin Simmons and Marvin Mims do it beautifully, so congratulations. And then Justin Simmons also participated in a good old game of dodgeball. I love that they have the Manning brothers kind of, taking players and coaching them and whatever, especially for the game later this weekend. I think that having Peyton and Eli be involved in any way for the NFL is always a good thing. Now on this front, quarterback Teddy Bridgewater has accepted a job as the head coach of Miami Northern Western High School, his alma mater. How freaking cool is that? We obviously had heard during the playoffs that he was planning to retire at the end of the year, which he does so, and now he's the head coach at his alma mater, Coach Bridgewater. I think that is so dang cool. This one, Broncos country, tell me how you're feeling about this in the comments. The Raiders are expected to hire former Cardinals head coach Cliff Kingsbury as their offensive coordinator. I was not expecting this one when I saw it come across my phone yesterday. I think this is actually a really good move for the Raiders. And of course, if somehow Russell Wilson ends up over there, I think this could be a fascinating matchup with both of those guys too. So definitely something to keep your eyes on over there. Now, looking ahead at the Super Bowl, 49ers running back Christian McCaffrey is auctioning off his game-worn cleats to raise money for his foundation's program 23 and Troops and the Logan Project. If the bid exceeds $35,000, he'll break that mark that Joe Burrow set in 2021. I always love when players are able to do this and give back. They're not going to keep every single cleat that they ever wear or every single jersey. And I think it can mean so much to so many organizations if they're able to sell and make a profit of $35,000, whatever it's going to be. So I love that Christian McCaffrey is doing this. I know he is super involved with his foundation as well. Jim Harbaugh did not have this one on my 2024 bingo card when it came to Jim Harbaugh. He wants to live out of an RV in a trailer park close to the Chargers facilities. This video is so funny. You can tell he's so nervous to tell the media this. Take a listen to his opening press conference with the Chargers.
I told my wife this. Should I tell him? Yes. Okay, so I want to drive my RV out. I want to drive my RV out and go to a trailer park, like down by the water or by Disneyland. There'll be two that I've researched that are close to the facility, and I want to Jim Rockford it for the for the next couple months until we move to the new facility. I have that thought going through my head.
You heard that right. He wants to live out of an RV close to the Chargers facility. Again, I did not see that one coming, and it just made me think back to some of the quirky things we heard Nathaniel Hackett say at some of his press conferences, and we never heard him talking about living in an RV. But hey, to each their own. If you want to go live in an RV and hang out in California, I feel like there's no better place to do it. So I just thought that clip was absolutely so funny. Now, for this one, Mark Andrews to the rescue. The Baltimore Ravens tight end is being credited for helping an ill woman on a Southwest Airlines flight. I hadn't heard much about this, but when I kind of dug into it, so an incident occurred Thursday morning on a flight from Baltimore to Phoenix where a passenger suddenly just fell unconscious. And according to fellow passengers, Andrew sprung into action, and he basically says, "Do you know, could her blood sugar be low? I have a diabetic test kit." And so Mark reached underneath his seat, pulled out his test kit, and it turns out that he was right. A doctor and nurse who were also on the flight instructed the crew to bring the woman some orange juice, which helped her recover. So congratulations to Mark Andrews. That's amazing that he was able to, think so fast on his feet. He is definitely downplaying his role in helping the woman, but that fast, thinking can definitely save a life at any time. So I absolutely loved that, and it was seriously so cool for him to be able to just be like, all right, possibly this, and helping her just get some orange juice. I love that so much. So huge shout out to Mark Andrews on that one. Plenty of good stuff, you guys, this week. Please let me know how you're liking the show. As always, I love hearing all of your comments. It is a Friday, so let's all enjoy it. I am actually taking off because I am a bridesmaid in some of my best friends' weddings this weekend. So Jake Shapiro will be with you guys for coffee break. He's got a very special guest from Mile High Sports, so it's going to be a really good show. Please show him some love in the comments. As always, I love hanging out with him. And you guys, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. So I'm about to go start my bridesmaids duties. Wish me luck, and I'll see you Monday morning with plenty of more stuff to talk about. Love you guys. See ya.